welcome back. So, this cup, someone had asked me to make it, and I hated the way it turned out. And they never responded to me anything about payment or any of my messages about whether or not they still wanted the cup. So I just kind of set it off to the side, and I thought, one day I'll do something with it. So I got the idea to make this particular cup, and I just took it outside and spray painted it black, and it worked out beautifully. There were some scratches on it from when I picked off the stencil, but it's totally going to be covered up. Now this I got off of Zulily. I know, I was shopping for clothes and I found this pigment, this black 100% pure pigment, and so I've been dying to use it, so I decided that this would be the cup I would use it. Now this is Plank, I think, from Glitter Ranch. I will have all that listed below, and that reddish kind of color is from Sugar and Spice. I got it in a box from them one time, and I don't know if it's still on their website or not, but basically you could use, what I was trying to do was just add a little bit of red to the brown. I thought the brown needed to be lighter just a tiny bit, so that's basically why I used that. So anything you have in that realm I think would be perfectly fine. Now this 100% pigment, you do not want to use very much of this, and you do not want to get this on your workspace, on your clothes, on your skin. It is like really serious dye, so you want to be very careful when you're using it. Now I put a little bit of that Plank, and then I put just a tiny bit of that red. I just felt like it needed a little bit of something. So in the cup with the black pigment, I added, the cup was like a 16 ounce or 20 ounce, something like that. So I added about 20 ounces in there to cover the entire cup. Now with the brown, I probably added about 5 or so, give or take, because I'm going to add that brown on top of the black. So the black I just mixed really well to make sure that I got all of the pigment that was at the bottom scraped off and mixed into the epoxy. And then I did the same exact thing with the brown to make sure that the brown and the red and all that were mixed up really well, because you can get streaks in there, so you want to make sure that it's mixed up really well. So then I just applied that black pigment on top of that black base, and you get such a beautifully complete black cup when you do this. I absolutely love it. Usually I use micas, but when I found this 100% pure black pigment, I knew I had seen this done before, and I knew it would give me that just richness in the black, and that's what I really wanted. I knew that that's the style I was going for in this cup. So if you want a pure black cup, like if you're doing a guy cup, this is totally what you need for it. There's no shimmer, no nothing. It's just straight black. So I just kept applying this on here, and I kept filming. I did not turn the camera off or anything like that. I didn't reach up and turn it off. But when I went to look at how the video came out, it did not. It stopped me filming right there, and it did not film me putting this brown on here. So I will explain now how I do this. I literally just took it and smeared it on there. As you can see, I just smeared and smeared and smeared. I kind of went in one direction, and then I went in another direction, and then I went in the opposite direction, and then I went back in the other direction, and then I went back in the opposite direction. And what I was trying to do was keep it from being at the top and the bottom. I kind of wanted it to have about an inch or so on the top and the bottom, so that that brown was just in the center. And then I took my heat gun, and I just kind of heated it up a little bit. I didn't do too much. I just didn't want it to be clumpy in any parts. I just wanted to kind of, I kind of wanted to smooth out some of those lines that my finger made as I was moving it around. So I've used this holographic vinyl before, and it is awesome. I use it on all different colors. I use it on black and brown and any color, because it just has this like shimmer to it, that, and this, I don't even know, I can't even explain it. I'm not even going to go into it, but anyways, this mirror finish, it reflects off all the colors that you need it to. So I just kind of use it for any type of color or any kind of style that I want. This is a rose gold vinyl that I get from a local store near me. Their website really isn't that good, and the vinyl that they show on there just doesn't do it justice. It's really hard to tell, but you can find rose gold anywhere on any website. It's very popular, so you can find a metallic rose gold or use gold or whatever you have on hand. What I did with the rose gold was created an offset. So I created the backside for the rose gold, and then I did the actual word, the regular word, in this gray chrome. I have been doing some like monochromatic looks lately, and I don't know, it's just something that I'm liking right now, but I wanted to have that rose gold on the backside so that it could really kind of set that gray off so you could kind of see it underneath. And I left the offset, I left it with, I didn't remove like the inner pieces of some of the letters so that it kind of would have a little bit more color coming through. I don't know, it was just a choice I made at the time, and I really like the way that it turned out. And I just added this just kind of offset from it as well. I didn't try to make it right on top because I kind of wanted that rose gold to pop from behind just a little bit, and so I just kind of set it askew from the actual rose gold. So it was an offset, but it wasn't an offset, if that makes sense. It wasn't like a full circle around the whole thing offset, and that was kind of by design. So I started applying the spots around the word where it was on the cutout there. I started applying those around the word so that I knew that those were kind of shaped around the word when I had cut it out of the design. So I did that first, and then after that I just started applying them all over the cup. I was using just kind of a square piece of transfer tape just to allow me to kind of get a little bit more pieces or spots on there and put them on. But I was, you have to strategically kind of place them right next to one and that kind of thing. So I was trying to keep the pattern, but the cup is tapered and things started kind of moving around once I started getting outside of where the word actually was. And as I was placing them on there, some of them were kind of going above because these are actually a lot larger spots. And if you want these spots, I will put them in my group, my Facebook group, which is linked down below. They'll be in the files section, so you can have these spots. But these are actual Jaguar spots, which are much larger, have many more spots in the center part, not like a leopard where you have like the one spot and then the kind of the wraparound. These are actually quite larger. So I don't know, it just made for a really unique look on here. And I got this idea because I went to the zoo with my son, and we saw a jaguar, and they had kind of redesigned the zoo a little bit. I guess they did it while COVID was happening. They were like, well, might as well do that when nobody's here. So we kind of went around the zoo, and I was like, oh, look at that. It's a jaguar. There was jaguars before, but they were in a different spot. And so we kind of came up on them, and I wasn't expecting it. And when I saw it, I thought, we need to do jaguar spots. Like, these are pretty cool, So this is kind of where that came about. This whole idea for this cup came about. So as I'm going along, I'm realizing that I did not tell y'all that I actually put 2 coats of epoxy. So I did the first one with the swirl, with the black and the brown swirl, and then I put another coat of epoxy because I knew I was going to want to sand the top rim and just get it really nice and smooth. So just wanted to make sure. Also, I had to cut more spots. So make sure you do maybe a little bit extra before you start on the whole cup. And then after this, I sealed it with Mod Podge, and I put 2 final coats, and there she is. She's really, really pretty. I really love the way this turned out. It has such a unique look to it, And it's just like very kind of sensual. I don't know. It's very pretty. I was very pleased with it. I hope you can recreate this. Everything will be linked down below. My Facebook group will have all of this cut files and all of that, the name or the fearless and the spots. They will all be linked in that group. So please go and join. I will see you over there. If you make it, tag me, and I'll see you next time.